The Cold War was a battle of ideologies, fought not on open battlefields but through proxy wars. Conflicts where superpowers like the US and USSR used smaller nations as pawns. From 1947 to 1991, these wars allowed them to spread influence without direct confrontation, turning regions like Vietnam and Afghanistan into battlegrounds. The Truman Doctrine marked the start, pledging to contain communism globally, setting the stage for decades of indirect strife. The domino theory drove US strategy, the fear that one nation falling to communism would topple others. This justified interventions in Korea and Vietnam, where superpowers armed local factions. In Vietnam, the US spent $168 billion, adjusted for inflation, supporting the South, while the USSR backed the North. The result? Over 3 million deaths, mostly civilians, in a war that became synonymous with proxy conflicts' brutality. By the 1970s, proxy wars spread to Africa and Latin America. In Angola, the US backed UNITA rebels, while the USSR supported the MPLA government. Covert arms shipments and military advisors became tools of influence. These wars exploited post-colonial instability, leaving nations like Angola with 500,000 dead and a legacy of landmines. Superpowers fought for ideology. Locals paid in blood. Proxy wars thrived on deniability. The CIA's Operation Cyclone funneled $3 billion to Afghan mujahideen, while the USSR's KGB orchestrated coups in Africa. Both sides used propaganda, espionage, and economic pressure to manipulate conflicts. But this secrecy had consequences. US-backed mujahideen later formed al-Qaeda, showing how short-term gains bred long-term chaos. Today, proxy wars' legacy endures. In Syria, Russia backs Assad while the US supports rebels, echoing Cold War tactics. Yemen's famine stems from Saudi-Iranian rivalry, a modern proxy conflict. These wars created failed states and refugee crises, proving that superpower gambits left wounds that never healed. The Cold War ended, but its shadows still loom.